Hi everyone, it's me Roxanne, and I'm back with a new video featuring the Serger Pro Finish Serger. As some of you might be aware, I've been managing a Facebook group for Serger Serger fans, and I've learned a lot over this past year on what causes issues and what problems new owners and current owners seem to have with their machines. So I thought I'd take a little bit of time and do a video to help you out with the most frequently asked questions. So here we go. The first and most important issue I'd like to discuss is tension and where exactly your thread needs to be going through in order to engage in tension. The first thing I always tell people when they're ready to thread their machines is to pick up the presser foot and to turn all their dials down to 0. This is important because if the tension is engaged in your machine, the threads cannot pass through the tension discs properly. The next issue that I find the most in the group is when people say they have their machines threaded correctly. However, when they go to adjust their stitch, their tension is all the way up and the stitch shows no improvement. I'm going to show you how to resolve that issue. I'm going to zoom in as close as I can to one of the tension discs and show you exactly where the threads have to pass through the tension discs. If you notice, inside there are two metal pieces, the thread discs. See one there, the one on the left, and then the one on the right. Your thread needs to pass right through the center. See how easily the thread passes through when your tension is disengaged, with your dial being set to 0 and your presser foot lifted. Now I see on many occasions that people thread their machine to the right or the left, like this. And you can adjust your tension all day long, up or down, and the stitch will never show improvement. So that is a very common issue that is very easily corrected with just having your thread in the proper place through the tension discs. Now that I've showed you exactly where your threads need to pass through in the center of the tension discs, I'd like to show you and run you through a little test and show you how important that is. Put your presser foot down and take one of your threads that's passing through the center of your tension disc and turn up the tension. Pull your thread just a little bit and notice how it gets more and more difficult to pull the thread through. That's creating tension for your stitch. Now what's happening is those two discs in the center are creating tension up against one another. They're pressing up against one another and allowing less and less thread to pass through the discs as you turn up the tension. So now that you understand what's happening, it will probably dawn on you why sometimes you get those loopy stitches, and no matter how high you dial up your tension, it just doesn't correct. That happens because you're not through the center of the tension disc. I'd like you to notice that I have my serger set up with 4 different color cones of thread. Each thread correlates with the dial in which it's threaded. Now this is important because as you're learning and creating good serger sewing habits, it's important to learn which portion of the stitch is being created by which thread. Later, this will help you determine where you're having issues, and you can go back and adjust that thread. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching my latest video showing you exactly where the thread needs to pass through the tension discs. I really have found that this has been something that has been an epiphany for so many new users and users that have had issues and not known why, and I hope that this will help you as well. Please make sure to stop by my blog where I have more pictures and I have more tips on creating really good Serger sewing habits. Have a happy creative day. See you soon. Bye now.